Now that you have your favorite fence picked out, let's take a look at how to install it. Before you buy your fence or begin your installation, draw a sketch with the actual measurements of your project along with the location of the fence. Remember to account for gate spacing in setting the location of your posts. You'll need to leave a space between the post that is 3/4 of an inch larger than the size of your gate. Then simply purchase however many fence sections and coordinating posts that your sketch calls for. Using a few common tools and concrete, you're now ready to begin the installation of your fence. Before digging, it is recommended to have the area surveyed in order to ensure that there are no underground wires or cables where you'll be digging. Once this is done, dig a hole at each post location 8 to 10 inches in diameter and 42 to 48 inches deep, depending on local codes and soil conditions. Slide both pre-punched tracks into the top and bottom rail, if required for the style of fence you have purchased. Then insert the galvanized steel reinforcing channel into the bottom rail, making sure the opening is facing the ground. If you have chosen the optional steel reinforcing channel for the top rail, ensure that the opening is also facing the ground. Next, drill holes 1/8 of an inch in diameter every 24 inches along the side of the bottom rail. This will allow for water drainage, so the hole should be just above the vinyl rib that separates the steel from the vertical planks. You should also drill one hole underneath the bottom rail at 12 inches from the post to prevent condensation buildup inside the rail. Pour concrete into each post hole to about 2 inches below ground level. Insert 2 posts inside 2 adjacent holes. Insert 2 pieces of rebar into opposite corners of each post. Rebar should extend about 12 inches below the post. Either tape the ends of each rail or stuff them with crumbled newspaper to prevent concrete infiltration. Then install the bottom rail. Verify that the rail is horizontally level and that the posts are vertically plumb. Complete the section assembly by inserting planks or pickets into the pre-routed holes on the bottom rails. Then install the top rail over the planks or pickets. Make sure that the top rails are inserted 1.5 inches inside the posts and leave about a 1-inch space between the ends of the rails. Verify that the rail is now level and the slats are vertically plumb. You should also try to ensure that you have equal spacing between the post and the first and last planks. If required, you can now install the lattice option. Using PVC glue, attach the bottom U molding to the middle of your top rail. Make sure you center the molding on the rail. Now insert the lattice panel into the U molding. Once that is done, install your top rail over the lattice and into the post holes. Make sure that the top rails are inserted 1.5 inches inside the posts. Repeat this procedure for each section of the fence, constantly re-verifying that posts and rails are properly aligned. To secure your fence, you'll need to attach a screw to the 1.5-inch portion of the top rail that's inside your post. Place the screw as close as possible to the inside post wall, near the post hole, and drive the screw into the rail. This will prevent your rails from releasing from your posts. If you're using thin-walled post, you should now fill the post with concrete up to the bottom of the rail. Now re-verify that post and rails are properly aligned and vertically plumb, then brace as necessary. Remember, in windy conditions, it may be necessary to angle brace each side of your fence in order to ensure that your fence remains vertically plumb. Now, just wash any concrete and debris from your fence and let sit undisturbed for 24 to 48 hours or until concrete is set. The gate is also very easy to install. The spacing between the posts should be 3/4 of an inch larger than the width of the gate. Draw a line on the post level with the top of the fence rail. Install the hinges using 1.5-inch screws. set the gate between the posts and attach using screws. Screw the latch tightly to the post. Then install the latch pin on the gate slightly higher than the latch to avoid friction. Once your concrete is set, simply install your post caps and your new Noracel fence is complete.